You're listening to In Touch with Terri, brought to you by the Inbound Podcasting Network and Terri Ross Consulting, expert management consulting and sales training to help your aesthetic practice thrive.
So from a statistical perspective, and I know again we all generate leads from different places, but the website and the phone are the two top places that the leads will come from. I promise you that these two things, if you can perfect this process down with a streamlined fundamental process of how you engage the client, what you say, the level of frequency, this will increase your conversions tenfold.
Hello once again and welcome to episode 4 of In Touch with Terri. I'm Tim Cicerelli with Inbound Digital Media. Happy to bring you Terri's Tribe, this podcast, which is designed for medical spa professionals looking to develop systems and processes to attract more clients, convert more patients into paying procedures, and of course to generate more revenue. And all of this valuable content, of course, is provided by Terri Ross from Terri Ross Consulting. Now, a few times a year, Terri offers a live sales training seminar in Southern California. Now, this seminar always sells out in just a matter of days. So back in October of 2019, Terri asked us to film her live sales training seminar and then turn it into an online video course so that all of Terri's Tribe can have 24/7 access to this content, learn at their own pace with no travel costs, and enjoy accessibility for their entire team. This dynamic online course offers 5 modules and hours of video content, plus a basket full of additional resources which we'll cover at the end of the episode. In this episode, you'll hear about 10 minutes of audio pulled directly from the online video course, and Terri will share a few of the top 5 objections you might encounter during a consultation. Also, what's more valuable, a web lead or a phone lead? And should or shouldn't your practice offer discounts all throughout the year?
So here are the 5 common objections. Tell me if you guys would agree. Price is always number one, right? Again, people will spend 10 to 15% more money regardless of how much it costs. If, again, it's meeting their emotional need of how they feel about it, and if you can show them the value. And then again, it's really utilizing, care credit or financing if and when you have to, but at the time of the consultation and not in aftermath. Because if it's at the end, where people tend to check out, at that point, I'm probably going to walk out the door. Versus it being in that dialogue, in that room, bringing it up as an option, which they can do right then and there, okay? So again, even if people are wealthy and have the money, I just might not want to spend $5,000 out of my own pocket, right? Spouse or significant other, how do you think we could overcome that? If they're like, well, I need to go home and talk to my husband. Who's familiar with TouchMD? So it's a software, it's really a phenomenal consultation tool where you can basically have the patient log in at home, right? And see all their before and afters, circle, there's a treatment plan that you can upload, even the ones that I was passing around in there. But again, they can go home and share that stuff with their spouse. It's just all about questioning. Well, does your husband know that you're here? How does he feel about how you feel? And what do you think that he would say? If you go home and talk to him, what do you want to get out of that conversation? So if he says yes, what would that mean for you? And if he said no, how do you think that's going to make you feel? Everybody just typically lets somebody walk out the door. I need to go talk to my husband. Okay, great, thanks. I need to see what my husband says. And then they're never going to call you back. And then there's just even no follow-up at all anyway, right? No one says, can I call you in 2 days, or when would be a good time to call? If they leave, it's highly unlikely, right, we're going to get that patient back in the door. So we just can't let them leave. So again, it's just about the questioning skills. Okay, the downtime, right? And I don't even like that word, you guys. I don't know about you guys, but try not to use downtime in your conversations, because unless you're getting a CO2 and your faces are bladed off for 2 weeks, there's really no downtime. You're pink and red for a couple of days, but there's no downtime. This is where people get tripped up. Honest to God, because you guys will leave here and the shit will happen. And I remember, I won't say who, but I will sit in on consultations with the provider. And they're so micro-focused on talking about the solution, just throwing up all of the things that I can do. That's when people feel sold to. I hate this word, so try to remove this word from your vocabulary too. Don't ever say discount, say savings. Even if you're running a special, I would rather you say the savings is, right? Discount, because then people get in that habitual and they want the discount. Or expect or wait for it, right? So, again, all of your business models are different. You have to analyze what works for you. Do any of you guys do like a 12 days of Christmas? I think that's a very successful promotional opportunity because it's Christmas time, it's holiday time. Q4, the revenue is always exponential out of any other quarter. It's always the highest, and people will wait. So we used to say, wake up and at 8 o'clock in the morning, check your email for the next special offer that we're having before the holidays. You can generate upwards of a couple of $100,000, and then you don't discount for the rest of the year. You just don't do that. You wait till the holidays. Because what's going to happen is you're going to, yield all this revenue, which is going to trickle over into Q1, and then you're a little bit screwed financially for Q1 because you have all the prepaids on the books. Right? But you're going to generate a lot of money, and then people know and they're almost anxious for that holiday time to come versus Mother's Day and Valentine's and whatever the hell, And go back and analyze your prices. That's another thing when we're looking at just ways to increase revenue and grow. Sometimes people are just underpriced, And that could be for a couple of reasons. Whether you guys don't value yourselves as much or you think that the competition is lower. But, we went through that whole value exercise yesterday. So it's, the believability of who's doing the procedures and where you guys fit in the marketplace, but what they're going to get better than if they went someplace else. So from a statistical perspective, and I know, again, we all generate leads from different places, but the website and the phone are the two top places that the leads will come from. I know a lot of people tend to think social media, and you can. I'm curious the quality of those leads. So again, if you're looking for ways to grow and your website is not at the level that it should be performing, you guys that is a huge opportunity for growth within the practice. And then more importantly, who you have handling the leads. And between this is module 1, module 2 is web leads. I promise you these two things, if you can perfect this process down with a streamlined fundamental process of how you engage the client, what you say, the level of frequency, this will increase your conversions tenfold. So the average patient follow-up time is usually between 42, and 72 hours. Almost 50% of people, you guys, are almost never followed up with at all. And this is in our world. So leads should be called within what? 1 hour at least, okay? The conversion goes down significantly if they're not called back or some level of communication. And again, no right or wrong, but if you got the phones ringing, you're trying to be a manager, leads are coming in, that's just a huge opportunity for you right now to go back, reevaluate your practice, because those phone calls, that's your money. That's your bank account, right? That's your bank account. So if we're not converting those at that 70%, that's a huge problem, right?
So again, that was Terri Ross from Terri Ross Consulting, and just a tiny bit of audio pulled from her dynamic online video course, which includes 5 modules to help you build a rock-solid foundation for your business with information that is based on Terri's 20-plus years of sales experience and her proven methods of scaling a Beverly Hills medical spa, yielding growth of $600,000 in 1 year. Now, this is the one must-have course that will transform your practice, increase your revenue, keep those clients coming back, learn new techniques to make more money, and to wow your clients, even if you've been in the industry for years. The online video course is titled Practice Foundational Elements, your roadmap to a 7-figure medical spa. And it includes access to Terri's Tribe, a private Facebook group, workbooks, talk tracks, and key performance indicators, which alone is valued at about $1,500. You'll also receive 13 critical components to a successful phone call and special discounts on Terri's additional products, services, and live events. And as an added bonus, you'll also get a 30-minute call with Terri herself and a call from her hand-selected industry experts in vital areas to enhance your practice. Now, one of those calls is actually with myself. My company, Inbound Films, produces high-quality marketing videos for med spas and plastic surgeons all over the country, and I would love an opportunity to speak with you regarding your website video and your marketing needs. Now, if you'd like some more information on how to sign up for Terri's online course, we have it for you. Just scroll down to the links in the episode notes to this episode for videos about the course. We have video testimonials and a link for you to sign up and get started with your roadmap to a 7-figure medical spa. One last thing before we let you go. Don't forget to subscribe to In Touch with Terri from whichever podcast platform you're enjoying the show from so that you don't miss a single episode. For Terri Ross of Terri Ross Consulting, I'm Tim Ciccarelli with Inbound Films and the Inbound Podcasting Network.